Lovers, lovers, lovers. How are you, lovers? Welcome to TiyLand, Season 2, Episode 5. Every Wednesday, Woman Working Wednesday at noon. Oh man, the summer's over. Fall is here, officially. This is always so much going on. Even before I jumped on to record this episode, there was so much going on. And I'm convinced at this point it's because it's what I've been aligned with. It's like it's my assignment. You know, my life has been designed in a specific way by God. And every time I get in God's way, there's these distractions, there's these, mishaps. But every time I always win and come out on top. It's interesting, really, truly. But I thank you, lovers, for being consistent with me on this roller coaster of 2020. In all retrospect, there is good news because indoor dining returns September 30th, which is tomorrow, which is when our podcast drops. So if you happen to be at lunch by yourself, put your headphones in and have a nice lunch break by listening to your favorite lover. A little seriousness, I'm really excited that New York City is thriving throughout hospitality because, as you know, we thrive on hospitality. I've been bartending. Oktoberfest has run its course, and we go into 2 weeks more of it, 2 or 3 weeks more of it at Watermark down at the Seaport, Pier 15. So if you want a nice German beer, come down and have one with your lover. Well, I'll be behind the bar, of course. But have one, brat, have some potato salad, have a pretzel. Sit by the pier and enjoy the waves of the emotions of the ocean. So like I said, lovers, it's Season 2, Episode 5. Welcome to TiyLand. In my land and my world is a lot going on. And I just thank God every day for a new opportunity to share it with you all. We've had great guests so far on this season. We had Allison Madolo. For all of those who may have not tuned in, listen to Episode 3. We met because she is a yoga instructor and she's also a Zenful life coach overall. We also had Miss Jayada Coles on Episode 4, who is a journalist, filmmaker, documentary producer. I mean, the list goes on with these two fabulous women that I've had as guests. I look forward to bringing on more guests and moving forward just in life. We're less than 2 months down to my 30th birthday. And I'm like, wow. I have one offer on the table, which is to spend Thanksgiving in Ohio with my Hamptons. The plan is to hopefully rent out an Airbnb and all the family members, one house, one weekend. So I haven't ran it past my mom yet, but I will and see where that goes. It's my 30th, so I know it's COVID. I know it's a pandemic. So, I plan on bringing it in with my closest loved ones. Last year I had a party. It was a fabulous party. But this year I'll probably be even more low-key, but probably going to try and leave the country as well. Moving on from that, there are a few things I do want to discuss with you this week, just because this actually is going to be the season finale part 1. I know, lovers, you're like, what? The season just started. And I'm excited because I'm learning so many different ways to become better at this. And I feel like, it's time for me to scale Season 2. I've scaled Season 1. Now I'm going to scale Season 2 and give you the best that you deserve. So remember, lovers, follow me on Instagram at Ty Hampton, at Ty the Bartender, and at forthelovers.com. But I owe you very good professional content, and I take pride in my art, so I will give you that. But lovers, Lovecraft Country on HBO has 3 episodes left, And I'm telling you, these episodes are so crafty in itself. I think that it's a timely show, just about what's happening in personal lives and amongst Black people, and of course amongst the world as well. It's so timely, it's so effective, and it's just darn right fucking good. It's hard for me to grasp hold onto something that really invites my attention, and we go there with Lovecraft. The last episode featured the mom or the aunt, and she went to another dimension and was able to be whoever she wanted to be, which I think is the overall theme that everyone's missing, because we also have that same currency happening with Ruby when she became a white woman. Now, not that she wanted to be white, she wanted the privilege. And when we come to the latest episode, even the episode before, when we go to Korea during the World War II, and we have this young woman who's a monster and kills every one of her lovers. She has 99 souls in her body. The 100th soul that she has sex with, she'll become human. But is that what she really wants? So it's fascinating to read in between the lines of the great geniuses of Misha Green and Jordan Peele. It's really fascinating to see their masterminds come to work alive through cinema and do this series. I'm going to be sad, in 3 weeks when it's over, but I might binge watch it again over. So, lovers, I hope that these last 9 months, something has been birthed from you, because it's probably been a rocky pregnancy, if you get my drift here. 2020 is almost over. We've entered the last quarter, and it's so heavy. With my grandmother passing, I feel like it's all tying in with this season, with this year, with what's happening, with the shows I'm watching. All I may think unintentionally, but it's spot on and right on to what I'm keep expressing as my alignment. You see, when you lose someone that's your bloodline, you start becoming more aligned with who you are, because you start to find out things that are in this person that are in you, right? Because it's all genetics. And for me, being a young woman, being her first granddaughter, all these things, I'm like, wow, I'm so much like this woman that I had no idea until I went to the funeral. The funeral was now nearly 3 weeks ago in Ohio. And, it was so powerful and wonderful to be with my family, to be there for my dad, because, I was skeptical about going just because there's so many things happening in life. But I was very adamant about paying my last respects to this woman here and just being able to move forward in life. I think that people are not remembering what it means to move forward, because right now it seems so dark. However, you got to put the light on. You got to charge those light bulbs up and continue to thrive, especially if you're able to wake up every day. I'm always going to be Ty Hampton. I'm always going to be the inner you, and I'm always going to be a lover. Despite as many darkness may enter my life, that's always temporary. I realize, especially, throughout all the ups and downs of this year, that the reason why I am put on this earth is to be a light. Now, sometimes I step away from the light because, I need to recharge, and that's okay. But I'm confidently now knowing that, okay, that's what I bring to the table. So as we move forward with this season of our lives, lovers, especially shout out to all my 1990 lovers, I just want everyone to take a deep breath and be in the moment. So excuse any background noise as well, because I'm actually in another location recording this episode, and it is what it is. Again, my crazy life all the time. So I think about just some of the things that have shaped me as a young woman that I am. Besides just life in itself, I've been feeling lately that something is missing. Something is missing. And when I mention something's missing, I don't mean a partner or something to complete me or someone. Rather, it's what I'm missing out of life to enjoy it to the fullest. Okay. That's kind of a deep thing. And I might not find out just now, but what I did find out was while I feel like I'm looking for what's missing, I'm able to be grateful for what I already have. And that's how you always can go to the next level in life. So with this episode, I just wanted to shine light, as I said, on lovecraft, on finding out who you are through a lover that may have passed. And in both aspects, as we said, moving forward, I had to move forward with not being friends with someone that I generally grew a friendship with. But because, the narcissism that exists there, I am never going to win. So I had to move forward and just, letting go, moving on, letting someone else in, and just understanding the process. See, for me, I always take lovers as lessons. And I call it lover lessons. And I think that's the best part about my character and integrity. I'm able to always find the best things about people. I don't like to this person did this and this person did that. I really don't like that because I don't like to put people down. That's not really what I'm here to do. And even when I expressed all these words to my last lover, I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm being so mean, but I don't care. I have to say what I have to say. It's probably not going to register, but at least I said it and life goes on, And it's just because if I'm saying it, then maybe it's some truth in there and you could be better for the next lover that comes into your life or whatever. But what I take from lovers is specifically, our duration of time, right? And this part of the show is going to be called Lover Lessons. And for my last lover lesson, I can recall just not being vulnerable and not opening up. This whole entire season has been about that. From crying to expressing what others think but never say, to actually feeling like, Ty, it's okay to be soft, to be vulnerable, and open up and let people in. Even if they don't have the best intentions for you, it's okay because you're not going to die. And no one, especially me, is comfortable with that reality. So for me, I am so happy because I have opened up a door that was closed for so long in the relationship realm that I feel like I'm so able to bring in new blessings of lovers. Does that make sense? Because I tell you, I was feeling very squeezed and very almost depleted that I only had one lover at the time. Now I'm single, so I can say that. But it was like, dang, I only have this one person. Not to say that I need multiple people or etc., but I've always been accustomed to having a Rolodex of lovers. And having one lover makes me able to focus on that one lover, even when that energy isn't being reciprocated back. So that's what was happening. And I guess that's why I got my feelings so involved and emotions so caught up. But once that chapter was closed, I was able to bring in a lot of different lovers. And currently right now, I'm not dating because that's just, in order to go on a date, I feel like I need to know you a little bit just so I can actually say I can enjoy myself. But I will say that I met some really great men in the last month, despite everything else that's happening in my life, and it's genuine. It's not like, oh, let me get in your pants or all this, stuff that I don't like. That's, I don't like being sexualized. I know I'm sexy. Hello. I don't need to be reminded every 5 minutes of it. So I like those men that I've met lately. But it's so hard to trust men. It's so hard to let those walls down, in order for them to not be a clown in a sense. So, with all of those things and the people that I've met and where we're going in life, I'm just really excited for 2021. I know it's like a push and a faraway place, but I believe that there's going to be so much greatness to come, even through the darkness still. What I found out about myself through recent DNA tests, recent research, and just, diving into who Ty Hampton is before she turns 30, is that I'm a woman that doesn't like to commit. Committing to commitment has to be one of the biggest risk takers ever. You see, I'm not a person that's afraid to put money in a stock, lose a little bit, gain a little bit. Nah, that doesn't bring me anxiety or fear. That's actually very fun and thrill-seeking. But to be committed is like a whirlwind of anxiety for me. And I don't even mean in just relationships. It's like why I love to be a freelancer. I love my freedom. I love to be able to wake up every day and be like, okay, today I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. I don't want to be like, well, I can't do this because of that. And I know it is not reality for most people. I know it is not the normalcy for most people. But I've come to a point in my life that life is too short, from losing people to COVID, losing people to life. I feel like it's in my destiny to live the best life I can live while I'm on this current earth, this current third dimension. And I say that because everything is your own reality. And it's going to be very hard to, commit to that in a sense. But it's the only thing that I commit to is manifestation of the inner you. Is giving all praises due to guidance over distractions. Something I realized in 2020 is commitment seems to be mundane. It seems to be routinal. It seems to be scheduled. And as much as I love a reservation, I still don't like to do anything within 24 or 48 hours. Because I am growing out of trying to find what's the next best thing. And I think this is what me and my last lover were both accustomed to, and why it was almost like a competition, or why we were so much alike in a sense. It was like one of the reasons why I felt safe with him was because there was no commitment, like there was no such thing as exclusivity. And that was safe because I knew I didn't have to invest my emotions in true person with this person. Yes, I was manipulated and tricked to opening up, but who cares? Because you know what? That's life. And it wasn't, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like, there was any abuse there. It was just like, well, damn, had I known you were this person a year ago, I probably would have just kept minding my business. But you live and you learn. And like I said, it's shaping me to be a better wife in one day, because I do want to get married. But it's like, how am I going to reach that point if I already can't commit to just having a boyfriend? But I'm not going to dwell on it too much because, I'm still young, even though this is like the last 2 months of my 20s. I realize it's just really important to just let go of anything that you think you're not accustomed to and try out the new things. That's all what life is really, really, really about. Committing to this podcast is a commitment. Committing to posting, committing to all these things that I feel like the lovers expect from me kind of drains me, and that's why it doesn't get done. I preach consistency is key, be committed to the things that you love to do. But why is it that we can never take our own advice? I feel like what's been stagnating me to moving to the next level in my professional career as even a mixologist and journalist is because of commitment and consistency. I have to be committed, period. It's not an option at this point. I want the best of life can give me, but how can I get the best out of life if I'm not giving my best to life? Integrity and character is extremely important for me as a young woman. And I'm always committed when it comes to, making money, but there's more to life than that, because if you even think about it, money doesn't even exist. I say that all the time. 2 years ago, I stopped giving money my power, period. Once I've done that, I've been so blessed financially in abundance. And I know that's a hard concept to adjust and to gain and to accept, but it's really how my life has been. When I had my retina detachment surgery 2 years ago, developing into a cataracts as well, my whole life changed. My whole mindset changed. And I know people think they can understand, they think they know, but you're never going to know unless you are me. And it's fine. I don't want you to know. I just want you to respect my decisions. Respect me. Don't project to me. Don't think you know what's best for me. Sit down and just analyze and maybe think about why I do the things I do. Why I go to bed by midnight. Why I wake up at 6:30. Like this is a lifestyle that I've adjusted to because I want the best from life. Like I keep saying over and over. And success is that. I don't care if I'm famous. It's not my goal. My goal is to just be doing it for the love of my life, my passions, which is mixology, which is being a lover and creating and producing content. It's been interesting bartending during COVID, I will say. I started in June and it's been 3 months now, and I've been at the same place. I've actually began working with my agencies again as well, which is so lucrative and so important to me because one of the best things about being in hospitality for me and where my career was going was being a rep for different alcohol brands. That was one of my goals. And, it got on pause because I was literally in the process of it right when COVID began. I was bar managing in the Lower East Side, which opened up a new door for me professionally. However, things happen. I'm a woman that is filled with patience at this point in my life. And, now I'm just like, okay, well, when it happens, I know that I'll be better prepared. It's all about preparation while you're waiting in the waiting room. A lot of times we, especially 29-year-olds, millennials, whatever you want to call that. And by the way, lovers, are you offended? My other 20, 30-year-olds, when someone calls you millennial, when I say someone, I mean like an old person, an older person, an older generational person. Because I tell you, sometimes I can be I don't know why people just love to say the word millennial as if it's an offense. You're living think about it this way. Our current president is how old? In his 70s. The next president that's running is 77. The House itself average is 58. Most people are 80 that are in Congress. So for me, we need us young people to be able to be innovative and continue to uplift and be motivational to what's happening with us. Because right now, no one is understanding how we need to move forward in life. It's okay. I'm here to tell you that it's actually really, really okay because I'm always faced with that. As I continue on with season 2, episode 5, something's missing. What do you feel like is missing in your life that will improve, that will enhance, that will take you to the next level? Is it something that you already have, but that you're overlooking because you think that the grass is greener on the other side? I'm always a thrill seeker. I'm always an adventurer, and I always like things to be, spontaneous. I love spontaneity. It just gives me that thrill that I need. Sometimes people need the thrill of like ice cream or like, that nicotine. For me, that's why I had a Six Flag season pass. I would get it every year. Me and my best friend at the time would always go to Six Flags literally every day. But then when I had my surgery, obviously roller coasters are not in my forecast anymore. So I need an adventure. I get tired fast. Generally, people are like, oh, do you take vitamins? Stop asking me that. I'm a very healthy person. I'm just tired. Like, I'm sleepy. So it's like, well, where am I going to get that thrill from? Right now, it's actually watching TV. I don't even have a TV in my old room in my mom's house, but being able to watch television takes me to another reality that I can escape to. And that's part of what my genetic makeup is. Not being of this world, being in a different reality. Welcome to TiyLand Season 2. So what I feel like is missing in my life is just the honesty that I deserve to give to myself when something is serving me, when something is not serving me, when I feel like I want to do something over, whether it's recording content. You wouldn't even believe that I recorded this episode twice already because I just didn't like what I was producing to y'all. So lovers, as we continue to move forward with 2020, with just journey of life, I'm going to give you my best that I can. That means all of my imperfections. That means all of my mispronunciations. That means me just being quirky old Ty. And as I tie on together what I realized too about Lover Lessons, about Lovecraft Country, because that's the show I'm currently binge watching, about my grandmother's passing, about me being a mixologist, it is all my assignment. You know, back in episode 1, I was saying how I was a little bit conflicted as being a bartender because my profession is to get people drunk. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, my profession is to be a light, to share, to express what others think but never say. It is my life. That is what I do. Through philosophy essays, that's on my website, forthelovers.com. Through podcasting, where you hear me video telling a story, through correspondent work, where you can see me delivering entertainment news on thejasminebrand.com. So how do all these 3 things fit into one person, one woman? There's so many things that I think about as a positive light from my last lover. I guess it was because he wasn't from this country. So like there was a lot of things that I love. Like I love dating foreign men. I really, really do. It's my favorite thing to do. The last foreign man actually that I brought home to my mom was from Ireland, Dublin. And I miss him so much, but life goes on. That was 10 years ago. And well, almost, it wasn't 10 years quite yet, probably about 7. But I was so young and not ready for a relationship. And so I already know I'm probably going to be with a foreign person, but I'd love to be with an American just so that could be culturally fitting. But culture is what you make of it. Culture is what 2 people make of it and create their own family, and that's their culture. Combining of cultures is culture. So lovers, you know, as you tune into this episode, I hope that I'm able to reach you on a different plateau this time as you listen through rain or shine. In New York City and in whatever city you are. Share this podcast. Support the lover. You know, so it's time to take For the Lovers to the next level. And I'm so excited because my book is complete. I just have to edit it and then get 2 more people to edit it and then send it to the publishers. And so these are all the things that are processes. And I think that in the microwavable era that we're in, we want instant gratification, and I don't want that. I want legacy. I want generational wealth, and I'm starting it now at 29. Well, it's already been started, and I think that's so fun. I think that's so great to know that once I'm gone off this earth, I will see, you know, the spirits be alive through what I've left here. That is so important to me. I don't care if I walk into CVS right now and you know who I am. For what? Why do you need to know me? But what I leave stamped on this earth as a Ty Hampton is what's way more important to me. A true lover of the NEU. It's been great though, just to follow up on episode 4 with me and Jaida. We went to a really nice outdoor dining spot. It was so low key. We were the only ones there. Nice waterfall, nice bottle of champagne. And, you know, I know how to move in New York City because I'm from here. So we know how to get the best deals in town, living the most luxurious lifestyles. Literally, I'm a professional at that. And it's awesome. It's great because, like I said, I rather spend my money on different things and put it in different places for it to grow. Why spend the $300 on a golden steak when I'll eat the same golden steak but half the price? Because I'm nice like that. And no, I'm not ready to reveal my secrets just yet. If you happen to have a personal conversation with me, then maybe we can discuss that. But lovers, this episode is going to be a bit short because I don't want to ramble on all episode about me and where I'm going and what's happening. I wanted to just leave you with a lover's note this season to really dive into who you are. Dive into why you're attracted to the certain scents that you're attracted to. Why you're attracted to the certain men or women. Certain clothes, certain colors, just certain activities. And after getting my results back from 23andMe DNA test, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm on a new journey now to find out even more about me and my family and my origins. What I found out from doing the 23andMe is that my most recent migration comes from Jamaica, which is fascinating to me because how I'm, puzzling this story together is, if we trace back my genes 200 years, that's when slavery began in America right? So we have the transatlantic slave trade happening then. So what I'm piecing together here is that the Europeans came, or the Africans came, and they took whoever was there in Jamaica, in Parish Town to be exact, and brought us over to America. And we came from the Hampton plantation. As you know, that is an actual plantation that exists in South Carolina. Because according to my DNA, I am 79% Nigerian and 21% European, which is profound. It makes sense, like I said, because if you just go by geographics and where most Black people come from, we come from anywhere that's a warm climated place. Geographically, that's where we're going to thrive. So yes, it makes sense that, our indigenous people were probably living in Jamaica after we came from Africa. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because there was so many indigenous people living all over any warm climated place during 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago. We were there. But yes, those are my roots. And actually, what's even more profound is that there's a DNA in me from a woman that has been around for 9,000 years. She can be traced back 9,000 years old. So fascinating. So many things to discover and think about when it comes to who I am and how I look and the curls on my head. And it's fascinating. I love it. I love to discover who I am. Maybe it's why I love African men so much as well, too. Well, anyway, lovers, I hope that, you've been sanitizing. You've been wearing a mask. Look forward to indoor dining. Look forward to, a lifestyle of fall that's coming. I don't know what's going to be in store for us. Don't think that COVID has disappeared, because it hasn't. And we're going right back into the cold months now. So just take heed, take precautions, and do it for the love. I'm just so excited to continue to create from everything from just personal hair mask to content. I know that I'm a creative person, and now it's time to just allow the business side of things to manifest, to actually see the profit from it. That's it. And that's okay. That's okay. And that's great. But lovers, it's been a great season with you all. Welcoming you into TiyLand. How fascinating it is. And if you follow me on Instagram, you see I'm always poolside. I'm always worried about a tan and just thriving and being better. I have a Maker's Mark whiskey meeting actually right now. So I'm very excited for that. So that's also why I'm ending this podcast a little bit earlier than normal. So remember, lovers, follow me at Ty Hampton, at Tyler Bartender, at photolovers.com. And I'm happy to hear all feedback. I'm happy to hear that you think that this is a conversation between me and your lover, because it is. You have any topics you want to hear about, you want to discuss, email me, DM me, message me, text me. Let's be connected. And even if you're thinking about me and we're no longer on speaking terms, reach out. Life's too short to be hung up on just disagreements. But we can agree to disagree. Until next time, lovers, I'll see you soon. Cheers!